Damn it. Maybe. Damn. Okay, that was terrible. All Come to My has been serialized. No, actually, have all Compton have been penis. Bing bop, boom bop 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 bop. What if we combined Golang and Rust and Lua and C and assembly and Python and Pascal and Haskell and C++ and C Sharp and Java? You lost me at Java. You almost had me up until you had Java. You said Java. I'm a Java hater. Java and JavaScript, both. Both hate. Hell yeah, bat time. Okay. There's that. See what's there. Wait, why the fuck didn't it take it? Damn it. I don't think I hit. Oopsies. That sucks. 2, 2, 1, 3. Oh, damn it. I forgot he had a flying. How about 9 inches ruler? I don't think rulers go that far. I think they only go... Probably take this motherfucker out. Later. He already knows. He already knows he would be cooked if he... Damn it. What a bitch. Man, this guy sucks. What up, Ryan? Did you get employed? Motherfucker. One fucking card. God, I hate flying decks. I need to get some reach. Damn, got my cheek slapped on that one. Did you guys all see the was it NPM package issue? What a fucking L. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's a good. YouTube showed me 2 thumbnails from the low level guy, one with his face in one dark mode and one with Node.js and light mode. I'll post it in the pick board. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh damn! The fuck? It's kind of interesting that if I use Odyssey or like GrayJ, it'll show me 2 different thumbnails. And it will sometimes show 2 different thumbnails, but they'll update later and be like the same one. My CP1 past 50C for a brief moment. That's pretty rare. Well, using more than the terminal might do that. Okay. You should just compile Gen 2 more often. I love you. Good night. Fuck you, Ryan. I love you too. No homo. Oh shit. Motherfucker won't let me gain no life. Need to kill this man. At all cost. These motherfuckers have trampled. Single Gen 2 repos make my disc indicator oscillate so fast it looks like I'm... Ooh. Can you get rid of this motherfucker quick? New user, new news. Repo OpenRC now has user services. Just switch to Void. See, peak, Temp's going between 50 and 70, compiling new update and watching the stream right now, going to near 60 high. Oh god. My CPU is not past 60C yet, but it's hanging around 59. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna do this. Can't destroy creatures, so we're gonna lay that down for that one thing. I could sacrifice that. Possibly. Restream. Let's see. Oh yeah. I think the new iPhone, is gonna have some, one of them is going to be, what do you call it? It's gonna be no charging port, I believe. And because of that, you quite literally, holy fuck, CPU's at 67. Holy shit. No, you're fine. So I believe that, So like, fuck. Apple, I'm turning my fans to the high they were at low. Apple is removed the charging port. Which is kind of insane. The Pixel, we're Pixel 7. Oh, you're fine. The Pixel 7, the Pixel 10 removed the SIM card slot for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why. It's kind of like a stupid decision. I don't think that there is an advantage to eSIM to get rid of physical SIM. I'm kind of glad I went with the 9 Pro XL. And I mean, it kind of did all start with removing the headphone jack from phones. I don't really get the choice in that. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. They'll have cheaper low-end smartphones and they'll give them a headphone jack, and then they'll GPU sitting at 47. You have a GPU? And people say planned obsolescence, but I do think that it's not always like that. Sometimes these design choices is to increase battery life, I believe, because then they can fit more battery in there. Go figure. And look, as a person who's been using wired headphones for quite a long time now, there is the disadvantage to wired headphones is if the wire gets damaged. So the disadvantage of oh, I can sacrifice this. Nice. Oh shit. I need him. Is if the wire breaks, you're kind of fucked. That's why I wish headphones. Headphones would come with a design where it's like an input jack where you can have wired, where that could be easily kind of like fixed. There is Ploopy headphones. Ploopy headphones are supposed to, they're completely open source headphones. They're kind of expensive, I mean, but they're exactly what you would pay for if you quite literally did it yourself. And I even appreciate them doing their entire system open. Oh my god, so much fucking land. I'm gonna be sick. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna get as much. No attack. So I mean, it's an interesting company. They look goofy. I'll give them that. They look quote unquote cheap. I don't know. I don't want to say cheap. They're open source, so I don't really fucking care. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're like fully assembled. They're like if you assemble it yourself, it's 140. For them to do, it's 250. Yeah, 15. Oh, come on. Why am I getting all these fucking cards, man? Alright, can't do that. Lost that one. Just nothing but fucking land. So retarded. I hate Wizard of West Coast. They're a fucking bunch of morons, man. Okay. Back to the news. So like these are kind of cool because everything's fixable and you could don't include CBC. This is the kind never fucking mind. Right now at 65cc and going down. So these are kind of like, this should be like the standard with headphones. Like if you get these compared to what, Beats by Dre headphones, those are $200 and they're not open source. But this is kind of based. It's got a built-in DAC, I think. And EQ. It's got its own app too. The thing is, it's not really meant for phone use. Having its own amplifier is kind of fucking bass, though. It's kind of crazy. And then you get this plus Tenagara. What up, water? So many clippies in the chat. Based and cool. So the only unfortunate part of this is it's not available right now. These fucking people made a sick thing, and if you didn't buy it, they're on like a hiatus. They're on. I can't remember where I saw it. Water Bro. Oh, here we go. God, what an L too. Because I wanted to buy it. I mean, everything down to the software is fucking open source. It's very based, very cool, and the price is not bad. It does have terrible internal storage, though, I will admit, but you can get up to 2 terabytes, which is kind of insane. And you know what? It's kind of insane. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and USB Type-C. 20 hours is pretty based. $250. Kind of awesome. These motherfuckers. Where did they... Oh. This me, after assembly and testing, Sydney, okay, interesting. I thought they had an update where they're like, yeah, we're not doing this for a little bit. Oh, there we go. This was in July. Hey guys, a cat. Very based, very cool. So for like literally $500, the cost of like Apple AirPod Maxes, AirPro Maxes, $500, you get a six open source set of headphones, open source music player, all repairable. I mean, gotta love open source. I don't know why people are so against it. I mean, I understand the profit motive, but I truly don't get it. I don't get the I think we're being somewhat brainwashed to get away to embrace subscription models. What is that? There's a name for this. It's too many choices. It's like too many choices. The paradox of choice, I think. Why more is less. I think autonomy and freedom of choice are critical to our well-being, and choice is critical to freedom and autonomy. Nonetheless, though, modern Americans have more choice than any group of people before, and thus presumably more freedom and autonomy. We don't seem to be benefiting from it psychologically. Netflix. This is actually quite interesting. The paradox describes how, as an audience, abundance can lead to stress, decision paralysis, reduced satisfaction, even when the choices are positive. The phenomenon is particularly evident in platforms like Spotify, which offers access to millions of songs, creating a situation where users may spend more time skipping tracks in search of the quote-unquote perfect song that actually listen to music. This behavior can prevent users from fully enjoying songs or entire albums, diminishing the overall listening experience. I agree with this. I used to be like very heavy into Pandora. Pandora gave me like a really nice recommendation feed. I think Spotify's is dog shit. Anyone who says Spotify's recommendation is good, they're lying. They're lying to you. I don't think they solved it. I think they made it worse. Boo. No. LinkedIn? The fuck? They're also the worst. Also, who the fuck thinks that CDs aren't a thing anymore? Between 65 and 70 during the compiling, not very normal. My CPU. I'm gonna go. See ya. Later, Billy. The paradox of choice is worth. I knew that artists would only be getting an infinite. It seems like these kind of businesses can't scale too. Like they have millions of listeners. Spotify's infrastructure can't be that expensive. I mean, that cost. Paradox of choice, one too many options. Even Netflix has done this. And I will say that like people, you kind of hear like anecdotally through like the internet. You hear people go like, oh, I just doom scroll through like Netflix. People doom scroll through Amazon. We went from, I'm not saying like, so Netflix kind of does this thing too, but like they quite literally will, people will like doom scroll. I mean, like same thing with Amazon. They'll just like scroll and scroll and scroll. And I think we do have too much choice. I'm not saying like throw out like every subscription, but you could probably, what is like DVDs. Where do you own this? DVDs, CDs, DVDs. You can do Walmart, deep discount. Look at this. That's crazy. Like, you can see Revenge of the Nerds for $7. What is the average? $91. Woo, shit. A more comprehensive analysis breaks down showing that total average monthly cost was Office 206 with a significant contribution to software digital. Oh, god damn. What are these people doing? That's insane. That's sickening. So, Netflix. Oh, I don't know how true this is. How much do you spend on subscriptions? News, Apple, so 40. I don't keep streamers anymore. I churn, then cancel, slow comes in back. I slept with a friend with a YNBA the first month when she saw that she was spending all kinds of subscriptions. She canceled enough to pay for a year of YNBA. $50 a month, almost half of it is YouTube Premium Family. Wow. That's insane. So go through your subscription services. Go through your subscription service, see if you even use it. Because you can do, so this is a really good, easy software stack for music. You could set up, you could easily set up a very inexpensive, you could even get a DigitalOcean server. Look, obviously you don't want to expose this, and there's some legality around it. There's some legality around it when it comes to hosting on this, even if you own the fucking media, which is insane to me. Even if you own the media, there's some companies that will write this kind of shit into there. They're like, no, you can't do this, even if you own it, whatever. But you say you could buy, so like say $200 a month, say the average, $91 per month. What can $91 worth of CDs get you? Let's do heavy metal. So you could get something from 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say you don't even like these CDs. Whatever. I'm just doing a hypothetical. Own Your Passion. For real. Based. $72. I still have some money to spend. Pantera. Sure. Pantera. 81 and Deftones. I think I already got. Oh. Nope. Add to cart. Another Pantera. Let's just say I wanted 2. Oh, gosh. This is crazy. So for, let's see. Okay. So with some money to spare, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 CDs with a good amount of probably, baby metal. Good amount of songs on there that I can. It'll take me some time to blow through all them. So let's see. Just go to even movies. New releases. Perfect. And there's some drawbacks to physical media. And those drawbacks are obviously degradation. Like over time, they can get scratched and they can get damaged. And that's not a good thing. That's why you rip it and make it digital. Just buy it and rip it and distribute it through your own format. Like make copies of it. I think that is the future. And if you don't have a option, piracy is your only choice, then there's no other option. So let's go with the max. These are like new. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to 230. So I got 3, some Blu-ray, complete seasons. $216. You're good. And the sad thing is, most people will look at this price and they'll say ew, and then they'll fucking spend that in a month. Let's see Lord of the Rings. This website's based. $38. 4K. You don't have to pay $20 a month for fucking 4K. Crazy. You just got it. Obviously this costs storage. So let's look up a NAS for sale. So you can go on eBay. I think more people should do this. I think this would be very based. You can get a used one. Let's go to Newegg. Okay. There we go. So you can go to Newegg. Obviously, don't get an expensive NAS. My first NAS was like a Synology NAS. Ooh, flash storage though. Based. I no longer use Synology, but Synology actually, low-key, has a music server built into it, like their app ecosystem. Their app ecosystem isn't good. I would say avoid a 2-bay NAS for redundancy purposes, but, you know, you do you. QNAP software kind of sucks. As a QNAP user, I switched it over to TrueNAS, but whatever, do you. But a nice 4-bay NAS, so $300, but the RAM is a little low. You can even get a Rackbo NAS. I think TrueGreen. But I don't know. I would never use their Ugreen NAS. I would never use their software. It's all bad. Just use TrueNAS. TrueNAS is great. TrueNAS Scale is very easy to install. It's very easy to use. So, $500. It's a lot for a new contender. These are true, but you can just get an external hard drive. You can just get a JBOD 2, just a bunch of disk, and hook it up to your computer if you want to go cheap. But you fill this with, say, I would go spinning Rust, spinning disk. So say this is server parts. Let's go to hard drives. Less than 10 TBs. So $42. Oh man. 2 terabytes. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 terabytes. That's more than enough. That's a lot. You could even go as far as, oh damn, these sold out. And these 8 terabytes for $189 is crazy. 2, 4, I mean, you'll never use that. Not for a long time. You can always. In stock. Western Digital. 4 terabytes. So $400, $900. $900. And you own this. And then just do the math. You own it. You got to remember that. Say $90. Yes, you got to buy your media. time, obviously $90. Oh, sorry, 90 a month times 12. It pays for itself in 1 year. $1,000. That's crazy. Because say you're paying 90 a month, and this isn't going to be with inflationary costs when the prices of these companies go up. 10 years. Oh, sorry, 10 months times 10. That's $9,000 you just saved. And you can get movies cheap. It doesn't always have to be when it releases. It doesn't always have to be when Netflix releases something. All you have to do is just find someone that has a copy. That's simple. Even just $500 divided by 12 months is you're saving $41 by doing this, because you can cut you once you get to that, and then say you get you're paying for Google's Cloud, which is $10 a month. Google's Cloud, which is $10 a month. This could work. 10. Then Netflix is plus 20. That's 30. Spotify Premium, the family edition, is 20. That's 50. How the fuck are the people getting this? Peacock is what? Disney bundle is like what? 12, like $15. I just want to know how people are getting to this price. So you can replace Spotify, Google Photos, and just a bunch of other stuff like right off rip. It's insane. It's insane that people are even spending this. I don't get it. How they're getting to this price. But, you know, that's the subscription model has given us easy access. Oh, I have to spend $10 this month. And then it turns into I have to spend $10 every month. $20. Now it's $20. Now it's $30. You know, eventually it'll be $40. So we're slowly running we're running out of options to give people, and it's kind of sad because it's now not only you paying for access and you're losing ownership, you are quite literally going to be in debt to that for the rest of your life. And Netflix has increased their price. Obviously, their server costs, infrastructure increases, their buying increases. So eventually they're going to pass that off to you. This is forever. Netflix is owned by and nephew, a straight up commie. I won't let my girlfriend watch Netflix under my roof. Buy a $40 used external driver, VPN, and use laptop. Yeah, I agree. I don't care who owns it. I'm more of like the people that the subscription model is the problem more or less than the company. Look, I get it. $10 a month might be very inexpensive. $7 a month with ad, and now it's ads. But let me rephrase that. There's ads, and you got to pay for 4K. You got to pay super extra for 4K. You got to spend like almost $20 a month. Like, I get it, but if you save that $10 a month, oh, you should care, it's propaganda and garbage. Well, saying it's propaganda is really irrelevant. They put movies on there that then every streaming service is propaganda, and movies themselves are propaganda. I mean, that's just retarded. I just think the subscription model, the subscription model is the problem, not the lack of ownership. That you don't own the media. If you don't own the media and you have a lack of ownership, your car is going to be a subscription eventually. No, this isn't even new. Tesla's done this before. Tesla's done it. Kia's done it. Well, actually, no, leasing is a subscription model. You get to own it at the end of it if you really want to, but leasing is fundamentally a subscription model. You're leasing the car. You don't own it. That is in fact a subscription. So this isn't really new. I get there are some tax benefits apparently to subscribe doing a lease. You can, I believe, do it if you have like a business. You can write them off 100% or something like crazy. There's a reason that certain types of people and people in general will lease until the end of days because it's a financial move. That's all it is. I think leasing is still retarded, but I mean, my opinion on car ownership is completely it's performance option for oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Where it's like it's like unlocking like horsepower or something. Only unlocks. Yeah, that's retarded. I think they'll walk it back if enough people complain. I think that was very L of them. And I have a very negative perspective on car-centric countries. I think car-centricism is retarded. But I have a positive view of Volkswagen because they're just a very good utilitarian car. The problem with, I guess the issue with it is the big three in the United States has a lot of has a lot of lobbying for and against certain car aspects that I'm not a fan of. And Henry Ford was kind of a shitbag. Well, actually, all car manufacturers are kind of shitbags because they do a lot of anti-competition practices. That's why I'm not angry that Tesla exists. I think Tesla is fine. I like the option of having EV because you can't control the sun. So the lack of the true ownership is it's the EPA. Yeah, there's problems with the EPA. I'm aware of it. There's also I still think that true freedom would be an electric vehicle as long as they make it obtainable to fix from anyone can go fix it. Like if anyone can fix it, if they're not specific dealers and solar becomes more easy accessible, I would say that true freedom comes from solar and electric vehicles because again, you can't control the sun. No one owns it. So there's my biggest, I guess, gripe would be with Tesla, like making it like, oh, you can only fix Teslas at certain dealerships. That's kind of insane, but that could be just because it's relatively new for mass adoption. So that'll probably change in the next like 10 to 15 years. Which would be, I don't get why people are like against progressive energy, anything progressive in terms of like energy consumption. That's just kind of retarded to say you want to rely only on coal and gas like a moron when we all know the coal and gas industry is quite monopolized, and beyond the monopoly part, it's the gas industry is super lobbied. And I'm not gonna harp down on like lobbying is like all lobbying is bad, because there's good lobbying that does happen that does benefit society. But the majority of it is pretty atrocious. That's always going to go against like the interest. I mean, there's pros and cons to it. Like the EPA does have its problems. I will agree, though. They're the reason we have huge parking lots. I believe they're the ones. Like for businesses, climate. This like channel I watch about like city policies and shit is quite interesting. It's quite interesting because they're the reason we have big parking lots or something, and there's nothing you can realistically do about it. Okay, if I do this. Oh, damn. Mm-hmm. Fuck, what are they gonna do? I don't even have anything necessarily wrong with the environment. Like having a, I don't have necessarily anything problematic with, like caring about the environment. I think it's good to care about it. But what are you gonna do? I think it's, I don't know, the environment's good to want to have around, so you don't fucking, you know, think like 30 years in the future and be like, well, maybe we should have cared. But I think that there is a lot of really bad policies that are written. A lot of the, I guess, like recycling-ish. A lot of my big, actually, something that super annoys me, and I think most people agree on this, is the amount of guilt that is passed on to people. Like, while yes, I agree that maybe, yeah, don't fucking litter, like based on principle, but a lot of that is pushed onto us when you got giant shit companies like fucking Nestle and Coca-Cola just dumping tons of waste into the environment, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And it's kind of more or less like, hey, nice. Doesn't really kind of matter what you do, but as long as the consumer feels bad, that's all that matters. That's, I guess, like my problem. I don't know what India has to do with it, to be completely honest. Damn, I could have killed him. Man, I'm retarded. And I quite frankly don't care really about India because I don't live there. I mean, RIP, I guess. Let's do another beginner. I definitely don't want to be like, I've seen their country and their streets. Oh, India's rivers are, most of all pollution comes from the area of the world. I maybe on like a mass scale, sure, but there's a lot of negative pollution. There's a lot of negative polluting that the U.S. does. And they constantly shut down like green energy for some retarded reason, because they think that our grid is not sustainable enough for it. But how do you fix that? You build a better grid. Then it's sustainable. But there's not enough money or interest. You can't make money in something that's renewable. It's a very difficult task to make money in something that's completely renewable. That's the problem. So while I agree that maybe we should figure something out, it's not likely going to happen in my lifetime. I will say that I have seen the like some really nasty fucking places that maybe their underdevelopedness is a problem. Maybe the media subscription model is a way to save the environment since there's no pollution. Oh, I actually don't know the. That sounds interesting. Wow. Gave me an idea. How are CDs made? I've never thought about this. How it's made. I love this guy, Technology Connections. I don't know about that, but well, 5 minutes.
Millions of data bits representing numbers, words.
It's probably less environmentally damaging to make a CD that could last hypothetically 20 years versus server infrastructure that has to constantly be pumped full of water and probably parts replaced at a faster rate. So there could be an argument that CDs and DVDs, even though they're physical, have a hypothetical less environment on the impact. CDs are back and now cassettes? Nah, I don't really think that's true.
Music and drawings, today all available on compact disc.
Dissecting the CD player. Even CDs are kind of magical too, like the amount of data they hold. It's pretty interesting. I'll even say that I have an M disc, and M disc are kind of like miraculous. They can hold up to like, mine can hold up to like 100 gigs or something. I think it's 100 gigs, and it's supposed to last an X amount of years.
The best part for me is it's so user-friendly.
God, what
Compact
an amazing...
discs are copies made from an original glass master disc. A thin plate of glass is first placed in this unit, which brushes the surface to perfectly clean it. The machine starts up. Cleaning is done with deionized water and a small goat hair brush. The excess water is eliminated by the rapid rotation of the disc. The disc then goes into this surface analyzer, where a laser beam inspects the cleanliness of the surface.
Oh, this is kind of cool. How it's made, by the way, fucking peak education. It really, Exposing legal eagle. Damn, remember.
Millions of data bits represent.
What a simple
Compact discs are copies made from an original glass master disc. A thin plate of glass is first placed in this unit, which brushes the surface to perfectly clean it. The machine starts up.
Maybe if I watch in 2 times speed, I won't get DMCA striked.
Cleaning is done with deionized water and a small goat hair brush. The excess water is eliminated by the rapid rotation of the disc. The disc then goes into this surface analyzer, where a laser beam inspects the cleanliness of the surface.
I hate paywalls sometimes.
At this stage, 2 chemicals are applied, a primer and a photoresistant coating. This operation is done at a temperature of 21 degrees centigrade and lasts 3 minutes. The disc is delicately retrieved from the apparatus. Then the photoresistant coating dries in an oven for 30 minutes. This developer has 2 spouts. One applies deionized water and the other sprays a solution to develop the data etched on the glass. The information is now engraved on the disc. In an oven for 30 minutes.
Wow. What?
The disc is delicately retrieved from the apparatus. Then the photoresistant coating dries in an oven for 30 minutes. This developer has 2 spouts. One applies deionized water and the other sprays a solution to develop the data etched on the glass. The information is now engraved on the disc.
Isn't that fucking cool? Like these processes that people figured out is just very interesting. It's
The
very
disc
cool.
is placed in this metal coating equipment. The next step consists of applying a thin coating of nickel and vanadium. This electroforming process results in the master from which discs will be made. The etched glass is immersed in a chemical solution for 70 minutes. Then the plated piece is removed, thus obtaining a die. This die is sent off for finishing. It is stamped out into the desired shape. The excess material is later recuperated for recycling. Following on, the compact discs will be fabricated from this master unit. Here we
I'll even
clearly
say the
see the
negatives
stamping
of
out
like
technique.
disc is really just like this, and like physical media is you have to remember one extra thing, and you have to remember that these are degradable. But you can just make them digital now. It's easier than ever.
The master is taken out. A technician peels off the film, which protected the data etched onto the die. Following a visual inspection, the die is sent to the pressing department. The die is delicately installed in the mold, which will form compact discs.
Wow, very based. I should go deeper at some point. Or watch 20
I
Shocking
love
Films.
physical media, especially because it seems like I'm streaming all of the time. So it's very nice to get back to physical media, especially compact discs. Well, today we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about
Wow.
20...
I think that was Deftones. I do think that most hi-fi high-res audio files, I think all their shit's fake. I think it's all made up. My conspiracy tinfoil hat is that all expensive hi-fi, super lossless res, all this equipment, all fake. I think it's all made up. Now, does CDs sound better than vinyl? Yes, that is not even debatable. Because Zoomers now buy fucking vinyls. You don't need 17 minutes to explain that. Here, I'll save you 17 minutes. Vinyl's expensive because they found a bunch of retards fucking wanted it, aka Zoomers. And the reason is quite literally, I know this because I got into 35 millimeter filmmaking, like shooting film in 35 millimeter, and these assholes get into it and then they hyperinflate the market. It's all about the cassette tapes. I would say nice. I would say even cassette tapes. Wow, I don't know. I'll say cassette. I don't really hate cassette tapes. I think it's just an extra. The converting cassette to digital is kind of a headache. CD's a little bit easier. I wonder actually. Wonder how. Oh. If it's cheap, then I wouldn't care. Oh, $34? Okay. It seems like a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. Okay, never mind. You can buy cassettes and it'll be good. Cassette tapes are more nostalgic. You have to a nice desk set to get the most. What was that wheel-to-wheel thing called? It had two wheels playing. Oh, I know what you. Those are like a tape recorder. So I kind of wanted to get into tape backup systems, but it's a very niche market, and anytime it gets niched, it gets expensive. Tape backups are very expensive, and I used to own one. Huge pain in the ass. Yeah. I mean, it's just. See, I'll say CDs is probably maybe the best invention for music. Digital like I said again, FLAC files, I think they're made up. FLACs, I think all the lossless bloated music formats can suck it. I think they're made up. I don't think they're real. But for like $34, that's pretty sick. So if you have a bunch of cassettes sitting around, reel to reel, my uncle has one. Had one? Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, reel to reel, that's what it's called? I didn't know that. I don't really necessarily see I even like vinyl. I like vinyl for the artwork. But that's as far as it goes. Anything after that, God no. That sounds like a nightmare. CDs are the best though. Well, yeah, because it's a better format. Vinyl will never. MP3 is about similar to FLAC. Yeah, I still think it's made up. Like the whole lossless files, I just don't believe in it. And I've used some. I was close to the name. Didn't Microsoft try making something called MP4? Or don't they own MP4? Or do they own MP4? Thought somebody owned it or made it. MP4 contains concatenated. Okay. You can do audio with it though. I was one of 6 people that had a Zune. I had the Zune 2.0. I just watched a whole video on Zune. People are still selling this shit for. There's MP3 is compressed if copied across devices many times. It starts to clip. Not supposed to happen with FLAC. Oh, interesting. So the more you copy, yeah, I mean that does make sense. It's like kind of like similar to BitRot, which ZFS I believe solves. Zune got discontinued in 2012, which is crazy. Not supposed to have it with FLAC. I just don't. The quality. I can't tell the difference in quality. It's worth repairing my own Walkman. Oh, of course, probably. I would. Why not? When the Tanagara comes back, I want to get one when they start doing production again. But Zune 2.0, they have a huge set of people that want to develop this software, and they still quite literally people still quite literally use it. B&H. FLAC is for audio files. I know. I think audio files are made up too. But if it was it's kind of like the benefit is the fact that it loses like bit rot, like damage. If it loses the ability to become damaged from copying, then I mean that's a positive. I would use FLAC files then. I know it uses more storage, but whatever. My MP3 player takes like 32 gig. It has a 32 gig stick. Guardians of the Galaxy was a movie that made tapes and Zunes popular again. I did not know that. Wow. Interesting. 1,200 songs? Oh, 2,000 tracks. That's a lot. 2,000 FLAC files. I've never seen Guardian of the Galaxy, to be completely transparent. But if it's for a lossless, let's see. FLAC versus MP3. I do some Wave too, which is, I just learned Zune didn't support Wave or something, even though it was made by fucking Microsoft. Or they didn't get support for Wave for a long time. On the I think on the first one, they didn't get support for Wave, .wav files, which Microsoft helped like make. I don't even get the point of fucking .wav files. Completely honest, I think again, all this stuff is made up. The Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple Music, their algorithm sucks after a while. The only good algorithm, and because you're joining late, the only algorithm that was ever good was Pandora's, and then I stopped using Pandora. But there's an open source version. Hopefully, I think it's being worked on by the end of the year. I was reading, or they keeping the same genre or whatever. I just use Bandcamp and subreddits to find new music. Depends on what kind of setup you're listening to. Versus FLAC on a cheap Bluetooth speaker is not so much difference as you move in quality. A DAC speaker on headphones. Yeah, whatever. They're all making it up. Pandora was peak. It was peak. Can humans hear the difference? Okay, let's see. Free lossless audio codecs. At its core, it's an audio format designed to compress audio without losing quality. So when it's listening to a track FLAC, you're expanding it instead. You're experiencing as is the artist intended, without any data being discarded during the encoding process. It's comparable to photography raw. Okay, so SoulSeek is the best finding new music. You can browse other people's folders too. I'll have to check that out. There's this open source thing. It's self-hostable. You can put it in a Docker container. That's 9 years old. That's not happening. What's this? Lightware music server. Oh, nice. Not this. Oh my god. Rust mentioned, guys. Based. And it's a crate. Nice. Oh, this looks kind of cool. Explore, discover, trace paths, visualize networks. But is it open source? Because if it's not... Oh, God, dark mode. This is kind of cool. But if it's proprietary, then I do not enjoy it. I'll have to check this out later. I'll bookmark this. Self-hosted, guys. Always self-host your own bookmarks. Unless you're a bitch. Ooh. MetaBrains blog. Open source music recommendation engine. God, light mode. It's really killing my eyes. Let's look at this. It's called SoulSeek. Oh, it's peer-to-peer. Nice. New macOS build. 2021. When's the last time it was updated? I'll have to check this out. I'll bookmark that too. God, light mode. Sorry, RIP your guys' eyes. Shadow network application used to mostly exchange music. The current SoulSeek network is second. Have been on operation. Same. Oh, nice. SoundCloud kind of sucks too. They used to have Yandex. Completely local Spotify like music recommendation in the system. Oh, it's 6 months old. What was it updated? Oh, okay, last week. And Agorist, a local recommendation system allows you to fine-tune models on your data to predict your data preferences. You can feed as much of your personal data as you like and not be afraid of it leaking, as all of it's stored processed locally on your computer. The project uses Flask. Boo! Backend is a Bulma, and front-end CSS framework for an ML-related stuff. Transformers and PyTorch are used. This means technically stack. However, there are more libraries used. Nice. That's kind of cool. Since 2.0 running broken without heavy adjustments to the code, I recommend. I am reconsidering how the project is getting set up to make this project streamlined and simple as possible. It's okay. In case you do not want to use Docker, you can also install manually commands. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. That seems kind of cool. I'm not going to bookmark that though. This, let me. There also is another option, just subreddits with local music recommendation. Close product e-commerce stringman. This one starts with an L though. EasyRec, Java and Rest based recommendations abandoned. A Java-based pre-built engine building. Okay. But they're like, I think a few months and recommended on GPU. Okay. They're a few months from coming back. Which sounds very cool. Yeah, nah. Movie recommendations based on Genie. I think I used this once. I didn't know book movie databases and shit were like proprietary. Which is kind of crazy, but you know, we expect. I'll have to check that out later too. And read about MP4 formats and Flax. All right, guys. I've given my mandatory